really sad to see it go. Goodbye Morgan's Removals.
This has to be done because otherwise we could get into a bit of trouble. What can possibly go wrong?
We have got a few new additions to the van.
So dead exciting, we are getting the final stage of the signwriting done right now. That's a right shot.
Welcome back to the channel. We're Janine and Liam Day, a married couple who sold our home and have been living on the road in the UK for the last year doing van life. For the majority of the past year, we have lived full time in a little Ford Transit named Frida. But as winter struck, and with all the challenges the season entails, living in a camper van, we had to give up Frida as the bed was too small for long-term off-grid living. Our aim then was to find a bigger van that we could turn into a new tiny home on wheels. Then, on a cold day in winter, we both saw and fell in love with a big green removals van. And without further ado, we took a risk and bought it. After almost 3 months, our removals truck has finally been converted into a camper van. We continue to decorate the van on the road and have only just started living in it, with the last week being our first proper wild camp in her. This week, we finally get around to naming the van and sorting out the signwriting. So please subscribe and hit the thumbs up button, and with a few nerves and a lot of excitement, we take you on a van life adventure to Milton Keynes.
Welcome back to the channel. We are on the motorway and we are heading towards Milton Keynes. Why on earth are two full-time van lifers heading towards Milton Keynes? Because we're getting the signwriting sorted. Finally, we're getting the signwriting on the removals van done. Absolutely sorted. The appointment that we've got to get it done is on Thursday morning. We'll tell you more about that later on. But we thought we'd take you along the journey with us. So we're going to head towards Milton Keynes. We don't really know what Milton Keynes is like. I've been there once before. It's a really odd place because it's sort of like near London. I think it was purposely built to be near London as a town. It should be very interesting to see what it's like for van lifing. And that's where we're heading now. So we're going to arrive, go to the supermarket, get some supplies, find a park up and see what Milton Keynes is like for van life.
We headed towards Milton Keynes on a mission to sort out the signwriting on the van and to see what it's like to wild camp in the city. Milton Keynes is the largest settlement in Buckinghamshire, just 50 miles north of West London. It has over 5,000 acres of parkland, rivers, lakes and woodland, which sounds like great news for us finding a wild camping spot. But first we need to buy some supplies.
You coming in?
Yeah.
Such a bad drive, is it? Come on then.
I'm sure by now you've guessed that we are popping into Tesco's to grab some food. We're going to get some easy bits to cook tonight because we've been driving and we're just going to have a bit of an easy night. So we're going to grab some bits and then go and find a park up for the evening and just chill. So come on, let's go.
We could get a little herb station, couldn't we?
Oh, that sounds really good. Maybe not now.
No, for now, that'll do it. Thanks then.
Bye. Okay, so we're back in the van. We've just got a whole load of food, a nice dinner for tonight, and we're about to go and find our park up. We're using Park for night, and we're going to find somewhere. We've never been here before, so we don't really know what the lay of the land is like, really. We're just going to pick what looks like a nice spot on Park for night and head there.
Go into a nature reserve because why not? Might as well. It's literally close to here. I can't be doing any more driving really, to be honest with you, so I'm happy to go with the soonest place to go to. What can possibly go wrong?
We headed off to this nature reserve to find our park up for the evening. Milton Keynes has a surprising amount of small bridges, something we never really had to think about before. Luckily they are just big enough for us to fit in, but we do have to drive in the middle to be sure we clear it. We headed into the nature reserve and found a nice quiet spot to park. It's actually quite a nice park up, isn't it? Good views, apart from the really busy road and the industrial estate behind it. We're right on a massive park.
We're going to have a walk around it?
It's freezing.
Yeah, just going to get a little bit of exercise. Just going to get a lay of the land and see what the crack is.
Okay, let me put another jumper on. There's a bumblebee.
Why are you not leaving the van, Janine? Why are you not leaving the van?
There's a massive bumblebee right outside. Okay, it's far away enough now, I think. Quick, quick, quick! Extra jumpers and avoiding bumblebees, we headed to the Floodplain Forest Nature Reserve. The Nature Reserve was formerly pasture land, opened in 2016 after being redeveloped with 2 kilometres of footpaths, bridges and boardwalks, rich in wildlife surrounded by sheep, cows and ponies. They're all coming for us. What the heck is going on? Why are they coming towards us, Liam? I'm starting to get freaked out.
Is it because I'm wearing red?
Are we going to get chased?
No, they're just being curious.
Oh, Liam, I'm really scared now. When I see it, it just makes me laugh. It's just so big. It makes me laugh every time. We headed back to the van and Liam made a cup of tea before the evening set in. Okay, so we have got a few new additions to the van. One of them I'm particularly excited about because they are so gorgeous. Liam's mum kindly made us some sort of blackout blinds for our back windows. The curtains weren't blackout and they had like gaps and they'd let light through, so she made these gorgeous blackout sort of blinds with the nicest material. So the material is navy blue with like star constellations on. Under the material they have magnets in each 4 corners, and I've put magnets on the windows as well, so they attach up like that. Really easy to put on. And yeah, they're just really gorgeous and they make us go into stealth mode quite easily. So it works really well, I'm so pleased with them. Liam fired up the oven and made us both dinner. Tonight on the menu we have some recently launched plant-based salmon fillets by Vivera, served with potatoes, broccoli and some homemade hollandaise sauce, and it was delicious. That looks really good.
Yeah.
That does, doesn't it?
No mess, eh? No messing. Apart from the hollandaise sauce, it would have all been done in one thing.
Yeah, that looks really good. I can't wait to try that.
Just make sure these are cooked. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We ate up our food and hit the sack early as we both felt really tired.
I'm gonna tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I'll miss you. I'll miss you if you.
Morning, sweetheart.
Morning.
How'd you sleep?
I didn't sleep the best last night. It was really hot, actually, up here. I think the temperature's changed quite a bit. And yeah, it was really hot, although it's a bit chilly this morning. Now I want to get up and go get a cup of tea or coffee. It would be cool to see Milton Keynes. Never been here before.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to it. All right,
Yeah.
I've got the hot water pump on. There's a wash waiting ready for you, and let's
Cool.
get going.
I need you every day.
Good morning, everyone. So this is where we parked up last night. It's in the little car park next to the nature reserve. Of course, there's a couple of cars next to us this morning because there's dog walkers and stuff. Last night was extremely noisy. I did hear it myself. I'm quite a heavy sleeper if I'm in the right bed, but I heard it as well because just here, you might be able to hear it. Lorries starting up and all the rest of it is a haulage firm, and they go all night long. So I think that's caused Janine to have not a very good night's sleep, which is a bit unfortunate. But we remain in good spirits because we're really enjoying being here in Milton Keynes so far. Yesterday was awesome. We're going around that nature reserve. We've got one whole full day left before we've got the appointment tomorrow morning to get the sign writing sorted. We'll explain more of that later on. It's a long time coming. We're dead excited. And yeah, so first job this morning is to move to a new location and make a cup of tea and get some breakfast for Janine.
We jumped in the front of the van and headed towards Tesco's to grab a coffee. En route, we got an exciting phone call.
Out of nowhere, we got a phone call from Steve Radford. Steve Radford is another YouTuber and a friend. His channel is called The Roaming Radfords. You probably know it if you've got a motorhome. They're quite sort of big in the community. And yeah, he gave us a call and said we can do it. We can jump it a day earlier instead, which we're going to be quite happy about. We didn't get a chance to actually wash the van, but he said it shouldn't matter so much. So we're going to go to him now and you're going to see what's going to happen. the conclusion to the sign writing on the van, but we've got to go right now. He's got quite a busy day ahead of him, and we're just slotting in and getting that done now. So off we go to somewhere in Milton Keynes to get it done.
We sacrificed our morning coffee to go and see the legend who is Steve Radford at his sign writing business called Yowzer. There he is.
Hi Steve, how's it going, mate?
You alright?
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you, mate.
You remember Janine?
How are you? You right?
Alright.
Yeah, good, thanks.
Wonderful.
Don't mind being on camera.
No, not at all, mate. It's me you're talking.
We had a nice catch up with Steve and a chat about his sign writing business and YouTube channel. We had a tour of the business before talking about what he'll be doing to the van.
So here she is.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do today is strip the graphics off, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah?
yep.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get it mopped up, I think.
Yeah.
Because like I said to you on the phone, after having the graphics on for years, it's protected underneath and you've got wear and tear on the rest of the vehicle. So we can kind of bring it all back to as good as new.
We parked the van ready to start work on it straight away.
Okay, so we're saying goodbye to Morgan's Removal Sign Writing and the phone number. The company who we bought the van off are going to be very pleased about that. We've not heard from them, but we're pretty sure they might have had a couple of phone calls by now. That's part of the main reason why we're getting rid of it. I'm very attached to it. I think Janine is as well. When we bought the van, we fell in love with the sign writing, the whole outside aesthetics and look of it, didn't we?
Yeah, I love it. I love the colours of the writing as well against the green. It looks so nice.
Yeah. So it gives it a huge amount of character, and it will be sad to see the sign writing going, but this has to be done because otherwise we could get into a bit of trouble moving forwards. I'm sure you agree.
Really sad to see it go. Goodbye Morgan's Removals. It looks like it's going to look completely different, doesn't it?
will.
Like without that writing.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's going to be like
A different van.
a completely different van, yeah. It is sad to see it go. Needs a clean.
This, believe it or not, is going to go. This is not part of the sign writing. This is egg. And for two vegans living in a van, it's not the best thing to have on the side of the thing. It was the egg was there when we got it, so it's been on there for a long time.
This is our ride for the next half an hour or whatever. We're going to go to, Steve is taking us in his awesome Batmobile to go and find somewhere that we can get our van sort of cleaned up and buffed. So to get the sign writing remnants buffed off. That's what I've taken from it, so we'll see. But anyway, yeah, amazing. Look at this. We headed off in the Batmobile to go and grab a quote to get our van nicely buffed and finished once the vinyl's removed.
So there's a fuel crisis on. So the guy who's going to be mopping the vehicle has been in a queue for that for a very long time. But he finally came along and he's going to be able to mop it hopefully this afternoon, if not latest tomorrow morning, which is really good for us. That's what when you have the stickers taken off, it leaves marks, and the marks are what we need to get off. So it all looks shiny and new again. So that's what we're doing next. Maybe this afternoon, maybe tomorrow morning.
We went to Tesco's to grab some sandwiches and headed back to Steve's house to wait for the van to be finished. Once fully stripped, the van, not Steve, we went back to check it out.
I don't recognise this.
What do you reckon?
Oh wow!
Oh my god!
It looks like slimmer, doesn't it, or something? Oh my word! That's a shock. That's a right shock. I was not expecting it to be almost so unrecognisable. It looks completely different. But they did a good job. They did it. I mean, there's a lot of lettering on there, and they've got it all off. It looks naked. It looks proper naked, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think now?
I mean, I obviously still love it. It's just so different. It actually looks a little bit more army-like.
Like a Russian military vehicle.
Like a military vehicle now, as opposed to a removals. It looks like there's something missing now.
It's right under the lettering here. It's still brand new. The vinyl has protected the paint underneath that, like when it was new. It's around the rest of it that's worn.
Yeah.
So this is why the rest of it now needs a buffing up to come up as good as new like this. Let's get it down in the garage now to see if we can get this mopped up and looking like new.
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure if I like it naked. I like the green machine with clothes on. What do you think of the big green naked machine?
Yeah, it's a big green naked machine. Looks, it's just too naked. It's like it's standing there like that. with a flannel wrapped around it going, could somebody give me my clothes back, please?
It's like it's come out of the shower, isn't it? Shower cap on and nothing else. We drove to Abbey Valeting to get the van cleaned and buffed professionally. We parked up and they got to work straight away.
I'll be valeting.
I'll be valeting.
That is. That's the one.
In Milton
Keynes, Saxon Street, yeah.
Saxon Street, they're doing a fantastic job.
Thank
Look
you.
at that.
Oh my god!
Okay.
It's not going to alarm, is it?
Fine.
Okay. Oh! Okay, so they're outside doing that, and we're going to pretend we're somewhere beautiful because we're going to have all the windows shut anyway, and I'm going to crack on with some work. I am absolutely exhausted, so I've just been doing work at the back of the van. And I've hopped into the front seat really quickly because there was a bit of a queue behind us of people wanting to go in and get their cars cleaned. So I haven't actually been outside, so I don't know what it looks like. Liam has. He said it's looking really nice and shiny. So I can't wait to have a look at it. But you can still see some of the lettering apparently. So yeah, I'm just going to check that out when we stop. But we're heading to Tesco's now to pick up a bottle of wine before we go back to the Radfords, because Lindsay has very kindly made some food for us. She's made us dinner, and apparently it's a really lovely curry, says Steve. So yeah, really looking forward to that. So we're going to grab some wine and head on over. Have a look at the van. Oh wow. Oh yeah, that's really good. That's really shiny. You can't really see the lettering, can you? You can a tiny bit. But that looks lovely. It's so shiny, you can see Tesco's in the reflection. What do you think?
I really like it. If you look in certain lighting, you can still see bits of the old sign writing, but only in different lighting. The rest of it's really, really good. It's not finished yet. That's how good our new security system is. It just shouted at me. Yeah, so tomorrow it'll be the conclusion of the sign writing thing. We've got one more level of the process left to do, but it's looking fantastic. I'm really pleased.
We grabbed a bottle of the new plant-based Villa Maria and headed off to the Radfords. Okay, so we've just pulled up at the Radfords and we are going to pop in now and say hi to them. And hopefully, we're hoping actually to get a tour of their new motorhome that they've just bought literally last week. And we've seen it from the outside and it looks incredible. It's absolutely massive. And yeah, I can't wait to see inside. So I'm really hoping that we get a chance to see it. But first we're going to go in and say hi to them. We headed in, had a few drinks and checked out this famous curry we were very excited to try.
What's in the curry?
Sweet potato, lentils, onions, coconut milk, curry powder, lots of ginger.
Steve said this. I don't know what it is, but it's got lots of ginger in it and I like it.
What a treat. The curry was beautiful and the drinks were flowing. We had a really nice time chatting with the Radford family until the early hours of the morning.
Come all you young rounders, and a story I'll tell of the promise of heaven and the warning of hell. But take heed where you ramble, or too soon you will go. Way up on the hillside where the new flowers grow. Well, he met in the springtime, sunset, two star-crossed lovers in the still melting snow.
Good morning everyone. We have woken up outside the Radford's house and yeah, we got to bed late last night, really late, because Liam and Steve had a few drinks and actually all of us had a few drinks. So we got to bed like at about 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's time's knocking on now because we've had a bit of a lie-in. But yeah, so we're on their driveway, and I've just seen Lindsay, and she's come back from the supermarket and she's bought some really nice vegan things for breakfast and some fresh orange juice and stuff. So I'm gonna wake Liam up, or get him out of bed, and we're gonna go in there for a bite to eat. The food that she made last night was absolutely incredible. She made a lentil curry, and it tasted really authentic, which is a flavour I'm trying to get that authentic sort of Indian flavours in my curries. So yeah, she did really well. It was so nice, and we had a really nice evening, and now we're on their driveway. So yeah, I'm gonna get Liam out of bed. We're gonna go for breakfast. Get up. There's croissants waiting for us in there.
Is there vegan croissants?
Yeah.
There's not.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm getting up right now then.
Get up, and orange juice.
Oh, God. I was about to come to the drinks last night.
I know. You were pretty drunk.
You were.
I wasn't.
You were. You were dancing on the table.
That sounds good.
All right, and get the camera out of my face and let me get up. Is it hooked in? you trying to get compensation from me?
I didn't notice.
You trying to get a life insurance payout?
I'd have had it on film as well.
That was a proper setup, that was. That's not funny, that.
That's getting £200 from you in framed.
Is that all I'm worth for you? Harry Hill laughing at me as I fall out of the van again. With no plant mill to cushion me this time. Who will live in a house like this?
We had two people getting very drunk last night, so we're just...
Who the hell's
Well, I have no idea.
Lindsay made us a beautiful breakfast of croissants, jam, orange juice and coffee. We enjoyed our food, but all good things must come to an end. We ate up, then gave them a grand tour of the big green removals van.
We love the van. It is fantastic. The way you've personalised it for yourself, the colours and what have you.
And he's pretty much our first guest in here as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel honoured.
Yeah. But you couldn't stay the night.
I suppose this makes up to a bed as well, does it?
Yeah, that's a bed there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So we haven't tested it out yet, have we, Janine? But
No,
it's the naughty bed. But yeah, we're going to. So Steve's in here now. Lindsay's inside getting some work done. But we're going to go and check out Steve's motorhome. I've got a feeling it's probably going to be the most famous motorhome in the country, and we're about to go. And we've got the honour of going to check it out. How long have you had it for?
A week.
A week.
Wow.
You are going to be the first people to come in and have a look, really.
Oh, what an honour.
So
Right.
excited.
Isn't it? Come and have a look. Come and have a look.
If you are into motorhoming, going around Europe or the UK or anything to do with that, then please go and follow Steve's channel. It's the Roaming Radfords.
Thank you very much.
You really, really must. And we're going to go and see the most famous motorhome in the UK right now.
Let's go and have a look.
There you go.
Oh, wow. My word. Oh my god, this is really
Isn't it good?
snazzy.
Oh,
That they can sit underneath it quite comfortably.
And you've got a garage there. You've got a fire table here.
Vegan leather.
Obviously you can sleep underneath. It's almost like a double bunk bed. A nice big table. Move that any way you want.
The Radford's new motorhome was very impressive, with tons of really cool features, loads of space for dining and lots of places for the whole family to sleep on their epic adventures. We could sense big excitement for their up and coming Europe trip, which they're going on very soon.
That was an exclusive look around the first ever Swift Kentucky 874. First ever.
Wow.
They're not even in production yet.
Exclusive. That's amazing.
After the tour, we hopped in the van to finish our mission with the signwriting.
So dead exciting, we are getting the final stage of the signwriting done right now, and we're also going to share the name of the van. We've named the van, and we did promise that we'd be able to share it with you. So two really exciting things are happening right now.
You like it?
Oh, it's amazing. We've just been standing there, like, oh my god, look at that.
The boys printed the vinyl and prepped the van ready for the signage. The whole job was going to take a few hours, so we headed off to grab a vegetable massaman curry and went for a walk to see some cows. I trod in dog poo and then it started raining, so we headed back to see how the van was getting on. Oh wow! Oh, that's amazing! amazing. That's so good. That looks really awesome. What a amazing job.
They've done such a good job.
Yeah.
It's good. Just a few little last minute touches and that will be perfect.
Yes. I think it's perfect already.
Good.
So we've come back here from the cows, and the guys are almost finished, and it's looking incredible. It's looking so good. We're so happy with it, and you're just in time not only to see it, all of the signwriting being done, but to see the name of the van being revealed. This is the name that we've had for like 2 weeks or something like that, for a few weeks at least, and you're about to see the revealing of the van's name. Have you guessed what it is? I'm sure you have.
I told her meet me in the back, that I fat, and she don't know how to act. When she back that thing up on that, it's a wrap. I'm just trying to hit it once, I'ma take it to the back. Think she came in with a man, but she leaving with me, yeah, cause she know that I'm the man. Said she got a plan, and she know me from the gram, oh man.
That's just incredible. I think we made a good decision. It looks amazing. Very pleased with it.
Yeah, fire. But one thing I hate is a liar, cause I don't know who you was prior. Trying to set it up, you could try, but whoa, these they ain't love you. Probably took your number, but you know I won't call you. Rather stay on point, cause I can't fall for you. They said you run the world.
Wow, check this out. It's amazing. It's really good quality, isn't it?
Really good quality.
Excellent.
Almost looks like it's painted on.
Yeah, it really does. And it looks so good with the shininess. Now that we've cleaned it, the shininess of the van. Yeah, it's so nice.
Thanks, man. Cheers. Thank you. Really mean it as well. That's a great work, pal. Great work. Really made our day. Made our year. That has.
Thank you so much.
It was really nice to meet you and spend some really nice time with you and stuff.
Brilliant.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate.
Good. It was time to say our goodbyes to Steve and make our way to find our first park up in our correctly written Big Green Removals van, who is now officially called Morgan. We found our park up for one last night in Milton Keynes with plans to properly hit the road after.
Cool, we've just pulled into a Tesco's car park. No restrictions here, so we might even end up spending the night as it's getting on a bit now. And what I was going to say to you was, oh yeah, unanswered questions. Right, so you're probably thinking about what all the madness to do with the sign writing on the van. So let me answer a bit of it. Why did we get it stripped off and it looking all green and shiny and new, and then put the sign writing back on, almost a carbon copy of what it looked like before? The reason being was because we loved the van with the writing on. I fell in love with it online when I first saw it like that. Janine also loves it as well. We've been, it's just part of the van. And when we had it stripped off for those 12 to 24 hours, it just didn't look right. Or it's not that it didn't look right, it just felt like something was missing, and we were missing out on the fun of driving around in a van, a removals van. We really enjoyed that. It's because it's so much character and charm, in our opinion anyway. So we knew that we were doing the right thing when the writing went back onto it. The guys did such a good job. It is like a carbon copy of it, except pretty much all of the wording's changed. It did say at the top, it did say Morgan's. Morgan's was the name of the removal company. Now it says Morgan, because we adopted the name Morgan and called the van Morgan. Such a cool name, non-binary, just brilliant. Morgan also means, I think it also means something like unique vehicle as well. I have to look that up because someone told me about that. I think that's really good. And of course, all you lot seem to have liked the name as well. You've been suggesting it to us for weeks, maybe months even. So we're really pleased to finally be able to reveal that to you. So yeah, Morgan at the top, established 2022, and then it says Big Green Removals. They're new words. Another name that we've been calling the van is the Big Green Removals van for such a long time now, as we're referring it to friends, family, and on YouTube and stuff. So we wanted to include that in there. It makes it look like a removals van, a removals company still. This bit here says Those Happy Days now. It did say a piano and antique specialist, I think it was. But now it says Those Happy Days, which is the name of this channel that you're watching right now. And it's the name of our surnames as well, is Day, Mr. and Mrs. Day. Down here was the company's website address. It now says thosehappydays.co.uk. I almost forgot to see if the URL for that was available, but I did it sort of last minute, and I got very lucky because the domain name was available. So we now own thosehappydays.co.uk. Don't have a bloody website to go with it. So Janine and I have been thinking, like, what could we put that? What could we make the website into? What could it be? Should we sell stuff on there to recuperate some of the money that we spent on the van, the huge amounts of money we spent on the van, or what else could we put on there? Maybe a blog, who knows? Maybe we could do like a removal site blog. I don't know. If you've got any suggestions what we could do with that, your comments are always welcome, and we really do take them on board. In fact, they've helped us out a lot over the last few months, year even. So yeah, that's what it says, and it says covering UK and Europe. So another good thing about the van as well, with the reason why it looked dodgy before was because the door was completely green, no writing on it at all. So some of the letters were missing as they went up to the door, because the door was fitted retrospectively. We loved the door, but it did look a bit dodgy with the writing just stopping at the door, right, and it's just a green space. Now the writing sort of bleeds over it, as you can see here, and it's even on the handle, which is really cool. So the whole thing blends in really nicely. Even the windows, it's gone, they've designed it so that the writing goes around the windows and it doesn't look out of place. The other side of the van still has all of this writing, but no windows and no doors. So if we always park sort of with the passenger side to like the trees or the hill or the beach or something, the side that's facing the road will look like a removals van if they don't see the bloody great log burner flue chimney poking out the top and the solar panels. But on first glance, it does look like a removals van on the other side, and we're dead happy with it. I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, if you want to be stealth and what have you, then you're not going to be stealth anymore, because you've got removals van written on the outside, those happy days and all that sort of stuff. The thing is, like, when we know we're not like super stealth, it's a big green van, whether it's got writing on the side or not, it's a big green van and it stands out no matter where we go. We accepted that. Believe it or not, the little transit that we had before, Frida, God bless her, she also got recognised pretty much every single wild camping spot that we've ever done in that van. Because we're YouTubers, we got recognised, and so I said, oh, I saw you there, I saw you in that car park, or I saw you in that lay-by. Happened every single time pretty much. So we were getting spotted regardless. And since we've had this van, and we've only been driving around it now for like, what, 3 weeks, we've been spotted everywhere. Sign writing on, sign writing off. We're just spotted everywhere we go. It's part of the parcel with the YouTube thing. We love meeting new people. Every single person who's come up to us has been super friendly and super nice, reinstating the fact that the majority of the people on this planet are very nice people. So whatever happens, it just is what it is. Writing on sign writing or no sign writing, and we accept it. So hopefully that explains it. They've done a really good job. We're very grateful. We're already enjoying the new writing. It's a lot of fun. It's just fun, isn't it? Life's too short to worry about stuff, and it's just some fun. Hopefully that answers all your questions with regards to the van's sign writing and the name. The last question that we get asked all the time is what our travel plans are. What are we doing next? There's a fuel shortage on at the moment. I wish I could come on here and say to you, next week, when you tune in, we will be here or there. We still haven't decided, but we know that we want to do now it's all sorted, we want to do a big trip. If you subscribe to the channel, then next week you will see where we are and where our next big adventure is starting off from. It will be in the UK. We don't want to travel too far because of the fuel shortages. People are panic buying fuel at the moment, so it's causing a bit of a problem. So we are taking that on board. So wherever it be, but we're in Milton Keynes at the moment, so we could go anywhere. So it's going to be really exciting. So please make sure you subscribe and tune in next time. And thank you so much once again for all of your kindness and nice comments and support during this whole process. Thank you to everyone involved in the build, and we'll see you next week.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through and